Hello, good day. I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing well. We are all doing well. Um, my name is Scrappin' Lizzie. This is my channel. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you're returning, thank you for returning. And if you're new, then welcome to my channel. Channel of craziness. That's what I should have just called it. But today, what I want to do is I want to show you what I've come to with my little journal that I'm making. Uh, a journal of. Let me just put you down here to show you for. This is like a slow stitch journal. I put 4 pages in, and what I put for pages is just pieces of felt. So I've got 4 pages, or 8 if you count both sides, or 10 if you count the inside of the cover. But so I finished it in the Kawandi style. It not well, I didn't put the corners on. There should be triangles on the corners, but I didn't put triangles on the corners. But a Kawandi usually has corners on there, and I used to remember what those were for, but I don't remember anymore. And but here, I think what I want to do on this is right here in the middle on the front. I think I want to add this flower. I think that looks really pretty. But I also want to, I think I'm going to add a little dangle here with some green beads. But I haven't searched for the green beads yet. I'm sure I have them. And so it'll be a little dangle with green beads, and it'll make it look like a plant. But this is just 2 different flowers that I have, and I'm going to layer them and put them on the front. But one thing nice about making a slow stitch journal like this is you can turn the whole thing like this, work on 1 page, and the rest of the journal is not in your way. Now, as I put things on this page like this, then I'm going to have stitches on the back. But the thing about that is you can take do another slow stitch project on another piece of fabric and then put it on the back here and stitch it around. And if you were to take another piece of fabric and put it on the back here that's been all slow stitched, and then just do a running stitch all the way around, it would also make a frame around this side. I want to show you how I made this flower. Maybe everybody knows how to do that yet, but already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do that, because I'm going to make another one. This one I made with 8 petals. This one I'm going to make one with 6 petals. So I'm using these pins. You can use anything. You can use straight pins. You can put a needle in there, needles in there. And some fabrics you can get a toothpick through, and I can't get a toothpick through this felt though. And so here I'm gonna have 6 petals, so I'm gonna put 3 pins, 1, 2, and 3, and just equally spaced. I don't know why it's hard. This here felt almost feels like it's got some kind of a filler in it or something. But see how I have them in there now? I just put them in crossways. Now, I should have already, oh no, I don't have to put this in the needle yet. I'm going to do this one purple as well. And so I have to get the end. I'm getting the end. It wasn't in a knot, and now it is in a knot. But, okay. I haven't had any coffee yet this morning, so, but you know what happened is somebody, and we're not going to call any bad names, somebody put water in our coffee grinder for some reason. After Papa got in there and tried to make a pot of coffee, which he's been able to do a pot of coffee, okay. He'd grind it and put it in a coffee pot and stuff. But he's kind of losing that muscle memory is how this is done. And so he kind of poured the water into the coffee grinder instead of the coffee pot and ruined the grinder and had water all over the floor. He said he didn't do it, but nah, he did. Okay, oh, you know what I should have did was not put that one right here. I should have put it down a little bit. I'm going to switch. No, I'll just leave it there. It's fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my thread. I'm using embroidery floss, the full thickness of it, and I'm going to just go around one pin. I'm going to go around like 3 times. I'm not going to pull it real tight. This one I pulled a little tight. And so, but then I said, next one I'm not going to pull so tight. So I went around that one, see both ends of it, 3 times. Let me see if I can pull you guys in a little further. I wish that would go in a little further, but that's as far as it'll go. And so then I'm going to go to the next pin and go around 3 times. Kind of loosely, not real tight. Okay, so I got that there, and then I'll go to the third one. And I'll go around both ends, see? The pointy end and the not pointy end. And just wrap it. I'm going to go 3 times. You can go more than that, of course. Okay. My hands are getting almost, it's almost like my thumbs are freezing up. They just don't want to work right. And so, but I work with them. I use what little bit of strength I still have in them to do what I need to do. Okay, now I'm going to put my thread into my needle here. There we go. And because now what I want to do is I'm going to, that makes it hard to pinch things. Okay, now what we're going to do is to just we're going to secure the center. Secure the center of the flower where it crosses over. And so we'll go down. I start at the top because then my knot gets hidden in there under those threads. And then go right across from that one and come back up. And then go to the next one and go down. Get it as far as you can into the crevice there. And then come back up across from that one. And then go to the third crevice. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it doesn't look real good. But you know what? Nothing that I do looks real good. I'm doing the very best I can with what I have here. Okay, so then I want to come up right over here like this. All right, now that, and then I'm going to go back across, and I'm going to go to the bottom. Now you can leave the pins in still as you secure the petals, but you can also pull them out. I'm going to pull them out and see how that works, because now, and then you can absolutely leave it as it is right here with those petals just loose there. You can do that, or you can, now I know you all will be able to do it a lot neater than what I'm doing. Now I'm going to come up through the middle of a petal, just kind of like you would do a lazy daisy stitch in embroidery. And then you just tack it. So you come up in the middle of the petal, in the center, and then go to the outside and just make a stitch that's going to hold that petal. I noticed on my last couple of videos I don't have a whole lot of interest, I don't think, in what I was doing on these ones. Either that or people were busy. Maybe people were busy. I shouldn't just assume anything. So I don't know if I'm getting boring or what, but I might be. I don't mind though. And if you watched my video I did with my granddaughter with the mosaic, oh my goodness, my poor apologies to my granddaughter, because I got this kit and we did the kit, but the kit, I got it from Temu and it did not have directions. So I guessed at the directions and I thought, well, maybe I'm doing them okay. But then I got the compliments. I got compliments in the comments that I was kind of doing it a little wrong. And so now I know how to do it. But like I told Aria, I said, we just started, even though I didn't get it done exactly right, I didn't give you the right directions, we kind of, that's how you can start almost a new kind of a craft, a new kind of a art, a new kind of a something. So that's what we actually did. So even though I taught her wrong, it still is okay, and it is still a really cute art project. And so she's going to work on it this afternoon when she gets home from school. And we're just going to make a whole different kind of an art project out of it. So see there, now I've got those two flowers in there. And I think they're very pretty. And so what I'll do after this is I'll just make, with green, I should have had my green stuff out here. Hang on, I'll get my green stuff. Let me do the pause. There, you didn't even realize you were paused, did you? Okay, so now what I'll do is I will, you see how quickly I lost my needle? Oh, there it is. It's still on the purple thread. There we go. Okay, I got some green here now. And so what I can do here is I'll put some green threads, again some floss I'm using, and I'm not an embroiderer. I know some of the stitches, but I don't know them exactly correct. Pluto, do you need my area as much as yours? I gave you a lot of area under there. My dog down here. Okay, here, see? There's even a correct way of getting your thread off of the skein, but I don't do that right either. But I do the best I can. I'm old, and I blame everything on old age. And so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to make some stems. And so what I'll do, I'm going to go, hi Shaggy. Here's Shaggy. Okay.
Remember when Jeffrey was in the cat program and we'd have that therapist come to the house?
Yeah.
Well, they...
Excuse the slight family interruption, but I get that a lot here, and I don't mind, actually. I don't mind at all that I get a little family interruption. And I was kind of not even doing a lot of videos because of the family interruptions, and so I was trying not to do that. You know, I wasn't doing videos because of the interruptions. And then I thought, well, no, I can still do videos, and I can pause if I have a little interruption, which is not an interruption in my life. It's just a little bit of an interruption. Okay, I want my stem here to look like it's behind the flower. So that's what, now there's a name for this here stitch, what I just did. Is it a chain stitch? Let me see. Well, right now what I've got is a knot. Okay, there we go. Let me just get that. All right. See, so I got it kind of coming up over the top, but then I want it, oh, no, don't pull that end, Elizabeth. There we go. And now I want, and I'm just doing this, and I think it's called a chain stitch, when you just make a loop and then come back up through in the middle of the loop. So you move a loop and you come up in the middle of the loop and then make another loop. Go back there and come up in the middle of the loop. It might not be a chain stitch. So, like I've said before, I do not do tutorials because of the reason I just do not know how to explain myself. So I show you what I'm doing, and then the thing is, you can then get a little bit of an idea, and you can search YouTube or Google, and you can find out the proper way of doing things. And so see here, I've put that by doing my stem a little bit at the top and then go down at the bottom. It kind of looks like it looks like it went right behind the flower. So then I can go now and go up to the other flower. So again, doing it the same. Well, I didn't do that right, did I? I did not do that right. You know what? I'm going to pull that thread back out of there because I didn't do that right. And see, here's where the professionals would just edit that right out. But this professional here don't know how to edit. Put my thread back in there. I do know how to do that. Take the thread out and then put it back in. Pluto, you need to find a place to light and just stay there. I'm not being mean to my dog. Well, it's not even my dog. Okay, so now what I'll do then again is, what was I supposed to do? When I come up here, then, hi little bit, then again go, oh, I need to put this like this. Okay, then I can, that's one thing nice about the book. I can turn it completely over this way and it's not in my way of my page. There, see, when I went to start going the other direction. Now what did I do wrong, Elizabeth? Elizabeth did something wrong. It wasn't me, it was Elizabeth. How in the world did I do that? How did I do that? Okay, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I can pause this thing. Okay, I think I got myself back in order again. And so I had a big knot there, but I took it out while y'all weren't looking. So that you won't know. You will not know that I'm a complete, well, whatever. A complete mess. And so I'm now going up toward the next flower. So my stem will match. How did I do that now? I did the wrong thing again. Okay, I'm just going to, now see, I did the wrong stitch, but that's okay. Now I'm going to just do a back stitch. I think this is called a back stitch because I messed up on that chain thing. And so I'm just going to go up here. Oh no, I think I want to go over here. So now it'll look like my little stitch. You know, this is my problem, is I can teach myself to do something one time, and then when I go to do it the next time, if it's only 5 minutes later, I don't remember how it's done. And so I have to reteach myself constantly every little thing I do. And so so that's when I just have to figure out my own self whatever I want to figure out. So there, now I'll just put a little knot on the back of that page. And when you're doing slow stitching is not anything that's even got directions. There's books that you can buy on slow stitching. I've got a couple of them. And there's books you can buy. There's so much. What slow stitching is, just that you have a thread on a needle and you're putting it through fabric by hand. It's just the opposite of fast stitching, which you use a machine. You do not, some people think it's just embroidery, but it's not. Embroidery is a type of slow stitching. Cross stitching is a type of slow stitching. All of that is. But for just slow stitching, anything goes. If you're stitching through fabric, and if we're putting, like, I might take a piece of fabric here. Let's see, I'm digging in my little bag of tricks. I keep this little bag next to me of scrap fabrics. I just have got scraps galore, and well, I was looking for maybe a pot, a flower pot. Well, no, I'm going to just take this piece right here, and I'm going to just cut this right here, like this. Now look, that looks like a flower pot right there. See that there? It looks like a little flower pot. So now if I were to take a piece of thread, maybe I'll go ahead with this purple again, and see, just and if you're just doing slow stitching for that you do not have, now some people say that you need to have a purpose, or oh, I don't know what is. This one girl, she says that you should have like a purpose or something, that you know what the end result to be. But I don't agree with that. You don't have to know what the end result is going to be. You can let the end result be whatever the end result turns out to be. And so I'm going to just take, I just laid that piece of fabric on there, and I'm going to just do a running stitch all the way around it, just to hold it on there. Just to hold it on there. That is what I'm going to do. And it'll match because I'm using the same thread as I did the flowers. So, and I could put a little bead in the middle of each one of these flowers too. I could do that. You can do just anything. I mean, when it comes to slow stitching, there are no rules, and that's what I want everybody to know, is there are no rules. So you don't have to, you're not going to do it right or wrong. It's you're doing I mean, you can't do it wrong. Everything you do is right when you're slow stitching. And there's some slow stitching I've done. Oh, I don't have them right here, but I have that all I've done is taken a piece of fabric and just do a running stitch back and forth, back and forth. And that's a slow stitching. It's all it is. There's nothing fancy in it at all. Even this Kawandi is slow stitching. And like I didn't even this Kawandi stitching. Actually, the ladies that do this Kawandi over there in India, their stitches are always like so perfect because they do them all the time, I guess. My stitches aren't perfect. My stitches are absolutely a mess. But they're not a mess. They're just cattywampus. They're stitches. They're stitches and they're the way they turn out. Okay, now see, now there's a flower pot with that flower. So now I'll just put a little knot on the behind of this. On the behind. I thank you all that just hang out with me. You know, because sometimes I re-look at my videos and I think, oh my gosh, nobody's going to watch this. But see, and then anything, I can do anything else around here. I could maybe take some blue threads and make it look like it's raining. I could just make what they call, oh, now I can't remember what they call them. The stitches that just go all over and make it look like it's raining and like a raining on my flower. Or I could do anything, and or I could just do little seed stitches. That's what they call them, and I could just make it look like it's raining on my flower, or just anything. I could put some. I could add some. Just start adding some. Oh, what do you call these? These are when you just do a French knot. Just do a French knots. Do some French knots in there. And get some, it kind of makes it look like the seeds from the flowers are falling. Like, you know, like the flower seeds that come in the centers of the flowers and reseed themselves. You could do that. You can do just absolutely anything. And then that's called slow stitching. And there's one lady that she says no matter what she did, she couldn't learn how to do them seed stitches. So she would just bring the thread through, tie a knot, and bring it back through the other side. And that was her French knot. And that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. And so I don't have a lot of thread on this needle, so, but I'll make one more there. But to make the French knot, I always twist twice around the needle and then pull, hang on to that thread and then pull it through, and there you go. And so I got a few little thread, and I might just do French knots of all colors all the way around. It just really doesn't matter. Or I can try and write in a word here. Bloom maybe would be neat. Just put the word with threads. And again, just however your threads, just however you do it is fine. That's all. You know what I think I might do is go around the outside of this again with a little bit of, let's see, like another little running stitch. So you can you plan as you go. You don't plan, you just go. Just got a little piece of thread still on there. Well, I'll have to put more thread on there. But see, now I can just go around again with that little running stitch, and that will just, and you know, I could keep going around and around. I mean, I could take that running stitch, go around it and around it and around it I could go running stitch here and put a rainbow up here. It's just whatever comes to you while you are making it. And so, and then they're just so much fun. They're just beautiful. They're just fun. And so I will probably, so I've got some more pages right here to go in another book. And but I got some scrap pieces of felt that I might do some slow stitching on, and then just put it on the back of this one. Once I get it all slow stitched, once I get like another one slow stitched, I could just put it on the back of this and stitch it all the way around, even with a blanket stitch, if I remember how to do that. And so I got glue on my fingernails are still on, all my non-matching fingernails, because I'm a scrapping person. Okay, that's what I wanted to tell you about. Okay, now if you're new to my channel, most every video I do, I end it with some little bit of positive reading. And one of my favorites is Helen Steiner Rice. It's just a short reading that I put at the end of every video. And so, and there's some people that don't want to listen to that, and that's fine. That's fine, because so you can just stop the video now and go to your next one you want to watch, and or whatever. Okay, let's do this one. This one's a little bit long, but not too long. But this is the one I'm going to do right now. You know, I shouldn't really wear sleeveless dresses. Some big old arms. Okay. God's love is like an island in life's ocean vast and wide, a peaceful, quiet shelter from the restless rising tide. God's love is like a fortress, and we seek protection there when the waves of tribulation seem to drown us in despair. God's love is like a sanctuary where our souls can find sweet rest from the struggle and the tension of life's fast and futile quest. God's love is like a tower rising far above the crowd, and God's smile is like the sunshine breaking through the threatening cloud. God's life is like a beacon. God's love is like a beacon, burning bright with faith and prayer, and through all the changing scenes of life, we can find a haven there. For God's love is fashioned after something enduring, and it's endless and unfailing, like his character above. And so I like that. But I like everything that Helen Steiner Rice writes. She writes from the heart, and I just love that. And so with that, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, and keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And above all, no matter how hard life gets, stay another day. God bless.